Soul food for the soul food, to feel your soul food. What type of medicine is that?
Antipsychotics.
What's the official name of it?
Seroquel.
Seroquel.
And then I'm on a mood stabilizer, which is lamotrigine. I think that's the name of it.
And this is for veterans' health. After dealing with a traumatic situation, the doctors prescribe that to y'all, or prescribe it to you. And what is the meaning of it? What will the chemical effects cause to mellow you out? I mean, what do you have that when you combat it with what they're talking about putting in you, does it make it balance out?
Well, I have, you want the scientific, what diagnosis?
Yeah, what diagnosis is it?
Okay, so I suffer from post-traumatic stress, of course, PTSD, MDD, which is major depressive disorder, bipolar disorder, MST, which is military sexual trauma. So, a lot of my symptoms are I'm up for days, and then I'll crash. I tend to get really, really angry really fast. And my anger is I've been compared to the devil. That's some deep shit. I've been compared to the devil. I go beyond, above and beyond. But the medication is just supposed to stable me out, so that I don't get too depressed, but then I don't get too what they call manic also. So it's just supposed to level out my moods and help me not do the whole up and down roller coasters. And also it's supposed to help you sleep. It does help me sleep, but I be craving sweets and shit. Man, I'll wake up and eat whole box of cereal. Fuck up all my baby snacks. It's not a good feeling to just be pumped full of drugs, to be this is how you should conduct yourself in society.
Do you feel it mellows you out?
Yeah, but it mellows me out too much. I'm too mellow. I like me. You know what I mean? I like me when I'm...
You can't be you.
I don't feel like I'm me. And it slows me down with my thought process. It slows down. I feel like it slows down my thought process and my ability to communicate with others. I don't feel like I'm getting my point across as much as if I guess I would have bumped you in the head or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So these are the effects and the cause being the military situations, kind of deregulated your regular balance.
Yeah, it was chaos.
Emotions.
It was chaos.
It made it just go crazy.
Not go crazy. And that's the whole thing. I don't go crazy. Well,
no, I mean,
crazy, but
the military
crazy.
situations brought up
yes,
all of these things.
Yes.
And the drugs will counter those things and mellow you out.
It's supposed to, yes. Yes.
And what are the side effects to Seroquel?
Seroquel. I'm not, I know, I'm not really sure. I know definitely sleepiness, drowsiness, aggression. Aggression. A whole bunch the different other stuff.
Okay, so we have a military veteran, let us reason, that is given a narcotic called Seroquel and the others she named. And these things are supposed to be mood stabilizers that's going to balance and level her out. The root cause of these things is a lot of stressful situations while serving, protecting the country, things that she went through that were not labeled in the world as normal. And so by them not being normal, the military saw them, diagnosed them, and are treating those things. And this is one of many of the military veterans that are out there dealing with PTSD, all kind of stresses that come from after serving their country, so that you can enjoy the protections that you enjoy right now. A lot of people in the past were not ever acknowledged because of this racial divide. We've had this lack of knowledge of ourselves, this ignorance that we seem to have evolved into. And so a lot of people are going to need protection even though they don't know it. And these are the people that are protecting them. And when they protect them, the training that they give them to protect with, it causes some, causes some stress. I saw my grandfather after many years of serving and then serving the people. He was a smoker. He smoked cigarettes. I would wonder. I would see all the Baptist pastors and ministers and all those greats. They smoked cigarettes and no one knows what else. Most people know if you smoke squares. Yeah, you're gonna blow that blunt every here and now. But anyway, Big Dizzy Blues. Papa used to be so smooth and slick with it. I'm talking about he'd be out there on the back of his Cadillac, just standing out there, not sitting on the back of it, but on the back like leaned up, posted up right next to it. And, after he had his serves, he'd go out there and smoke in the square too. My Papa was so real about life that even in his back office, you can go in there and you smell the stench of, cigarettes or cigars, and he, in his home, in his back room, would have the big Bible sitting out. And that big Bible would sit out, and he would have an ashtray right next to it where he had a lot of ashes. I would always see ashes and see smoke, a cloud of smoke. He had one little lamp, and that little lamp shined directly on that word. He had another little pad next to it with his little writings and stuff. What he was, because that's what a teacher does, what he was recording so that he could teach other folks. But what I got from that as a child, being able to come in there and look, Papa, wouldn't let me stay in there too long. But I went around in the rest of his house. But what I learned from that was that the grapes, this don't stop anybody from being great. Smoking weed don't stop anybody from being great. You stop yourself from being great. My grandfather would use this, like many others, as the same. You use soap, cologne, health drinks. It's whatever fits you. But you as a person, regardless to all the things you put inside of you, you're the one that attains knowledge and regurgitates it back into the world at your leisure. And some of us take on the duty of giving it to all people, teaching it to all people, all being our people, all of our people. And so being the teacher, one has to attain, has to retain lots of knowledge through lots of study. Study comes from reading. And reading comes from doing what your father says. It's my father's business that I speak of. Do what your father said. And when you do what your father said, you read the whole thing, you get all the rules, you get all the words, and you get all of the lesson, and you'll be complete, total in your knowledge of what it is for you to do and what you are responsible for getting done. Then comes your discipline, your love, your life path is going to be either to follow what is the right, follow the right ways, and follow the instructions, learn from it, give it back to the world as we evolve, or you will choose not to. But there will be choice. You will choose to either do what's right or you will choose to do what is wrong. And there's only one side to each. There's no middle. It's right, wrong, righteous, or evil. And so each man has to make the choice of himself. That's why he gave us these bodies, these avatars, these cars. Everybody has their own. What I eat goes in my stomach. What you eat goes in yours. You can't eat nothing to get full for me, and I can't eat nothing to get full for you. I can't give you a breath of life to keep you going. You can't give me a breath of life to keep me going. At the time, when it's time, it will be for every man to do on their own. And so each person has to wake up on their own, live their life on their own, and combined with other people, it makes it easier, but you still are each alone. And each alone has to control themselves and has to choose at the time, after all the knowledge is given to you properly, that you will have to choose what side of life you're going to take. And my grandfather chose that side, and so he had to be a master studier. He had to be a master knowledge seeker. He had to be a man that loved the people for him to do all that. And he did that. And so once he attained it, retained it, he gave it out. And giving it out, there's a lot of things he did. He ate, he slept, he used the restroom. It's a lot of facets of his life, and he represented those facets, aside from the job as the teacher, to be able to do those things. When you get up in the morning, if you like coffee, he had to have him coffee. That tells who he is. He's a coffee drinker. He's a prepared coffee drinker because he has it ready at his leisure. And so that was one of the other factors of his life, and that's what I'm telling you. We have many other facets of our life, and people look at one and they try to tell you what you are to do and what you are not to do, when that's a facet of your life that no man can change. That is your choice to do things, and whatever pleases you. Each man himself needs to worry about himself. And are you attaining and giving back what you're supposed to? There's cigarettes, weed, coffee, too many Big Mac. None of that matters. But everybody has their little things, their knickknacks. Some people have headaches and going to get Tylenol. Tylenol is pain medicine sold over the counter, but 12 of them motherfuckers and your ass will be dead. But they give you a bottle, 30 or 40 of them in it. Hey, right over the counter. That's a drug, a dangerous drug, but in moderate doses, you'll be able to survive. But in big doses, big tones, you won't. You'll die. You see what I'm saying? There's many things out here that's death, and many people are addicted to them, and they're still drugs or whatever. They still labeled by some as not being good, even though for each person it's doing its job. Stop getting caught up on that stuff. Stop missing the messages. for worrying about what the message is doing, how he looking. Listen to what he's saying, what she's saying. Get the knowledge. And if what they're saying is righteous, you good. If they saying is bullshit, it will show itself. And you can gain knowledge from both sides. You have to gain the righteous and you have to gain the unrighteous. You have to know both sides of the coin so that you can know if you win or if the game is being played fair. If you don't look at both sides of the coin, you'll never understand it totally what the coin's value is. And you'll never know if you have attained it for yourself. You're looking for 25 cents, but you don't know what a quarter is. So when somebody give you a quarter, you don't know that you've attained what you've been looking for. Knowledge is the thing that gives it all to us. And so these great men did these things. And many of them shared those same facets of life on the side of themselves. They liked it cigarettes. Some liked it lots of good soul food and all that. You find that barbecue, the smoking, it can cause cancer. So many of our elders were getting cancer and not knowing. But those were the things that they liked, you know. Barbecue was the equivalent of smoking a damn cigarette. It's a bunch of smoke put into your meat. And you liking the smoky flavor. And you chewing it up and swallowing it down. You're putting all that on over your lungs and everything else too. That's why a lot of people pass away from that. But not to get too far, stay with me. I won't be long, but I will be violently strong. Everything will line up as the truth. And the truth will make everyone free. Regardless of how the evil ones believe, they believe that they cannot tell us the truth and that we'll be all right. Just coax us and pacify us and rock-a-bye baby our asses. No, you need to tell me the whole solid truth, and then I'll be able to make up my choice for myself in life in which direction I go. Influence me wrong, put me at risk for everything. So we understand that my grandfather, he taught on a high volume of knowledge and wisdom and love, and he gave that out to people. And I absorbed so much from his ways, and I understood them to be righteous. So as I came up, you know, people looked at me, and some of the things and ways I felt about him, you know, it wasn't the ways that the world was showing. The world was showing fake, and I was seeing real. The world was showing the pastor at church don't smoke, but at home his ass smoke hard in the mud. The world was showing the pastor at church don't curse, but at home he cursing at everybody. Grandmamas, big mamas at church don't curse, but they do that. You know, it's that's not the way of the world. And so I was seeing it like that. I was seeing folks come with their church clothes and all this nice stuff, you know, for church day. But during the week, they wearing regular clothes. You wouldn't even have known that Sister Brenda or Brother Ted. You wouldn't have known them people. Why? Because we look at the wrong stuff. We're looking at our clothes. We're looking at our pieces of paper on the wall. We're looking at all these things that can deceive us instead of listening to each other, hearing each other. The Bible says, do not interrupt. Teachers ain't interrupted. Pastors ain't interrupted. No matter how long they stuff is, you had to sit there and listen to them. And, you know, nobody jumps up in the middle, pastor, I don't want to hear that. I'll just burn out. But we're in the generation where we can do that. But we are all choosing to do that again. This is your choice. God giving you a choice to hear the truth, accept the truth. But you have to choose to do it. So, in life, don't get threw off by the wrong things. And that's what shirts off is. Take the shirt off of your mind mentally. Take these clothes and these things off of each other. When you do that, you'll be standing as the Bible said they stood in the Garden of Eden naked. They did not see anything that was wrong and evil. They heard each other. They saw each other. I see you. They saw each other's eyes. And I cover my eyes. Sometimes the fire that's in them burns people. It scares a lot of people. And I don't wish to scare you away. I wish to bring you close, but you have to understand this is the total of all of that was put in me, instilled in me. And so I tell people, don't be deceived by what you see. You have to listen and understand completely everything. When you understand everything, you'll understand that we are all the same. When you take all this off, we all have chests. Men have nipples just like women. Even the animals have them. That's crazy. All are the same. All are alike. Man gets it no higher than the beast of the field, for he only has one breath like them. Even the small ant that wants to live, he only has one breath. And you take it, and it's taken from you. But it is all by choice. This is the divine work of God. This is the divine work of balance. It levels everything out. And so we must take shirts off for each other. We have to see that we, each other, our own brothers and sisters, the ones we see every day, are the most valuable resource. Life in each other. You take your shirt off, I take my shirt off. We have a chest. Yours might be built one way, mine might be built another way. That's just the total of our lessons of life. I might have did push-ups, you might have did pull-ups. Your arms big, my chest big. Hoop. It's all a makeup of each individual. It's beautiful flowers. That's why I said on my son's 18th birthday, I saw my seed to a flower. That's what we all are. Seeds put into the earth and grown. And the energy flows from each one of us. But we are magnificent and divine. For we have choice. We can control ourselves. We can make sure we don't accept anything wrong. We can make sure that we don't decipher things wrong. Why? Because we can see both sides of the coin. And we will be able to evaluate properly after getting the proper knowledge of all things. And we will come up with the righteous solutions, because nobody asks for nothing wrong. Give me my burger wrong. No, I want it right. Get my drink wrong. No, I want it right. Get my money wrong. I want it right. I worked for it. Give it to me. I want it right. Everybody want everything right. You need the most important thing, which is you, to know and have everything righteous about yourself. That is the righteousness that comes back to the world. That some thought was taken away, but no, we were seeing another side of the coin, so that we can evaluate properly every aspect of life. My grandfather, I honor him because he gave me a lot of that. I'm in his line of divines. And he gave me the lessons in which are the most important lessons. It didn't take long, but I got to sit up under him when others were off doing whatever they wanted to do. I got to absorb him. I was a child that loved seeing and hearing things because they were just not way out. What I would see somebody do and what I would hear them do were two different things, but I loved that I got the understanding of balance. And so here we are in a world, as the Bible properly explained, tells us we will be at a level, at a place, doing a certain thing, defined properly. That is the truth. My grandfather studied that truth, many others, and I mimicked as a downloaded person does. I was downloaded by my grandfather when he made my father, and my father made me as my son was downloaded also. He is my son. So many love the son, yet they don't see the father. Shirts off. See each other. When you see each other, you'll know who each other is. I'm Adam, and she's Eve. It's a reason we're given a definition, a name, a title, defines us. You're a man, that's beast. This is that plant, that's that plant. That's a reason why the scripture writers told us that man was given the authority to name things. It's because we had to get a separate but understanding that they are all equal. And so once we did this, once we took all these years to accumulate all that knowledge, here we are at the greatest level of it. Yet are we doing what our potential is? No, we far away from that. It's always the root cause of something, and the world is going to add on to it. A lot of our people are going through the same situations as our veterans. A lot of our people have all chose to do what they do. Some chose to defend the country they live in. Some chose to work in the country that they live in. Some chose to teach and show balance in the country that they live in. It's all kind of ways, but everyone is a product of their nation and their nation's lessons. And we are all here in this land together. The ancestors of slaves, ones who went through some of the worst trauma imaginable and brought forth these flowers that we are. We owe them a lot. And so we must absorb the righteous. We must absorb all so that we can be the greatest blessing to our ancestors. They can look at us and be happy. No, not that they went through all the pain, but that we did not return to it. That's what our great parents want for their children. For them to have more, do better. If I fell and broke mine, I'll tell you how to not fall and break yours. And the parent is pleased with the child that takes that knowledge, that correct knowledge, and uses it so that they don't do the same thing. The history will repeat itself. Who loves each other to stop it? Who loves each other to give each other the truth? Who does have the knowledge properly? I am who I am. And I've been here. So many love the Son when the Son says to love the Father. So many pray upon and worship and know the Son's name, but are forgetting the Father. It's not even in the church anymore. They don't even speak it anymore. The Father who made the Son. The Son said, listen to my Father, for he is the greatest of me, and I'm the greater of him. The Son showed y'all love, made y'all love. Your hearts ache missing him. But the Father is discounted. No place for the Father anywhere. Father's always absent, as they say. But that's just as they say. The Father is here, has been here. Crown my Son. He is who he was and shall always stay in the halls of our minds, the walls of our ways. But who gave you the Son? Who gave you the Son you love so much? We are forgiven. Emmanuel is the Father's name. The Bible says he will come. The Father named. My Son was the black shining light for doubters. I am God with us, the magnificent light for doubters. Bear witness. Come to me if you doubt. The time is here.